We're live. It said on the screen there that we're live for the last time from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah,
ladies
we're going live again like very soon. But the last time
from Las Vegas.
This perspective.
Yeah, until
Thursday night members only.
Yes.
If you're new here.
Yes.
Which it's unlikely that you're new here.
Yeah.
But if you are new here.
Hopefully you're wearing a black shirt.
It is Black Shirt Thursday.
Yes.
If you're new here, your Auto Advocate members, we do on Thursday nights,
yes,
Thursday evenings, members only live streams. This is
yes,
part of the bundles. So anyway, if you're not a member and you're watching this in the replay afterwards, yourautoadvocate.com, consider becoming a member. Pops, we have a heck of a lot to go over. What we do is on the mornings of members only live streams, we send out an email.
What's this we stuff?
I send out an email.
Okay, that's better.
For example,
yes.
Hey Todd, Zach Shefsky here. It's the same email every time. The link updates.
Yeah.
The link updates.
Well, thank goodness for that, huh?
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the emails. Before we do,
yes,
let's do a quick roll call.
Roll call.
Say hi to everyone who's on the stream.
Okay.
Skylar,
here. Bless you.
Addicted to Cards, who has an interesting idea. Mike C, hello from Texas. Yeah. Addicted to Cards said, just referred on my customers, one of my customers' employees to YAA. Yeah. I think there should be referral codes we could use to get rewards. And
say the stamp of approval stickers. You know, here, can I say something about the stamp of approval stickers? Zach ordered some, and they've never arrived.
Yeah, it's really kind of... But yes, we will probably come up with some sort of referral program. Would love to get community input on that. John Lynham is in the building up in Maine.
Oh, my God, with his All Road.
With his All Road, and the new, or the Maine State Bird is back. Mike Dean's in the house. George K., who George, I think, actually got his car, so looking forward to learning more about that tonight. Yeah. Melissa's in the house. Hi, Melissa. Robert, as well, from the Northeast.
From Boston.
Justin, Juan, Jessica, smashing the like button, which we appreciate. Anthony Trailet's, welcome, Anthony. Hi, everyone. Long-time listener, first-time YA members-only live stream.
Well, bless you. Thank you for being here.
Sorry, Anthony. It's not going to live up to the hype, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Brian, Yanni's here. Hey, Yanni. James Johnson's here. Jenny's here. All right. Angela's here.
Wow.
Shwameta's here.
Again.
SWH.
He just can't get enough of
You don't know if it's a he or she. They.
This person.
Chris is here.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into Alaska Sound Guys here. Alaska Sound Guy.
Alex. Yeah, that's Alex.
Is probably a guy because it's Alaska Sound.
Well, his name's Alex, so yeah, I'm pretty
sure. Well, no, Alex
could go either way. Yeah, no, you're correct.
It's from Todd. Okay. First email tonight. Yeah. Thanks for answering my questions in yesterday's stream. I remember that. As a marketing professional, I just wanted to suggest that maybe you open your Twitter DMs to everyone to send those sheets to instead of making them public.
Since they
PII. Love your content, and you guys obviously have great chemistry. Is my pops. Yes, there's probably better ways for us to intake the forms. We will work on that in the future. Okay, we got here from James. All right, hi guys. Wanted your quick thoughts if possible. I contacted the dealer regarding a 2020 Ranger Lariat using the email templates, and I got the following response. Okay, this will be good. Thank you for getting back to me. That's great that you have your own financing secured. Our finance rates depend on what bank would give you.
What the bank would give you.
Man, I'm struggling tonight already.
You are.
It is not up to us here. So we would actually need you to come into the dealership.
Yes, of course. Doesn't matter. You've already got financing, so you could worry about that once you've come to an agreement on a car.
It's always more beneficial for you to come into the dealership.
Of course it is. It has nothing to do with what they would want.
But let's keep going. I have an out-the-door price for the Lariat, $43,820 with $5,000 off. Could be additional money off if you qualify for rebates. Yeah. So the out-the-door is $38,820, not including taxes and fees. So
then it's not the out-the-door.
So here we go. The total out-the-door with taxes and fees is $41,833.38.
Okay.
Let me know if this looks good to you, and hopefully we can schedule a convenient time for you to come by and see it, and we can go over the options further with you. I am here till 8 p.m. Let me know. Okay. Does this seem like a reasonable price? I have to trade in. I will have a trade-in to offer as part of the purchase, which I did not mention to them. Jason.
So they gave you $5,000 off on the base price, and they haven't shared.
Oh, I think we were looking at this one. Yeah, this was the one we were looking at last night on the stream. Yeah. We suggested going and looking at some of the other ones in the area. Yes. That's the only way to pressure test it is to contact other dealerships.
Yes.
Yeah. End of the month, though. Not a bad time to be doing this.
Yeah, the end of the month is tomorrow.
But some manufacturers are through Monday.
I was about to say that in a lot of cases, It's sales that are reported through Monday.
There you go.
So it might actually be May 3rd that they,
Yes.
for incentive purposes, keep the month open.
Yes.
That's what I was about to say, but I was rudely cut off.
Alaska Sound Guy wants to know if he's the only active member in Alaska. No, I actually did a consult call earlier today with a man named Ken who's buying.
Perhaps you know him, because there can't. How many Kens could there be in Alaska?
Just saying, there's a couple.
Yeah.
So in this case, with this type of response from the email template,
Yeah.
it's great. I've got one dealer to dance. Now I got to get a second.
Yeah, you got to get a second one.
With
to dance
regards
with
to
you.
the trade, we've done back on the blog the trade and tactics for success.
Yes, because
So,
it is a separate
transaction.
transaction. And please, 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 just for your own benefit, get a bid from Carvana or Vroom or CarMax or all three, so that you have some idea as to what somebody is willing to pay for your vehicle.
So get the dealer estimate, and then obviously get the others. We're,
Yes.
I mentioned to the team the idea of us getting Carvana, CarMax quotes into our app. So let me actually show. So when we have like value my trade in, having Black Book, but also having the Carvana quote, the CarMax quote, the Vroom quote, all in one place. We'll see. It'll take some time for us to get there, but maybe it'll be in the
Yeah,
future.
because you
So
have to submit all the information.
there are these things called APIs.
Who?
APIs.
Okay.
That's how you get the data. Anyway,
Okay. There you have
this
it.
is from Ken. Hey, Zach. Hi, Zach. Right?
Is this Ken in Alaska?
Ken Ambrose. Ken brought the orange BMW, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from BMW of Rockville.
Yeah, let's not get too into the weeds. We don't need everyone knowing.
Okay. Well,
What's Ken's social?
sorry. I don't know. I don't want to know. Yes.
What do you think of paint protection film? What about ceramic coatings? I am thinking about getting it in my new car. However, it seems really expensive and hard to understand if you are getting a good price. We've done this for a long time. First time we've had that question, specifically. I think.
Well, you know, I'll say this, and probably there'll be any number of members that will disagree, but I happen to like the paint sealants, especially if you're planning on keeping the car for a while. And there are some good ones out there. Now, if you get it through the dealership, they're going to overcharge you for it, and probably any outside services are going to be somewhat expensive as well. There's a tremendous markup in those products. And as far as like the clear bra for the front of the vehicle, if you want to, I've never seen one yet that ultimately, eventually doesn't yellow, and some of them even crack. But allegedly they keep getting better and better and better. And so it might take longer and longer and longer for that to actually happen. But if you hate stone chips and things like that, and I know at our Porsche store we sold an awful lot of clear bras for cars.
On the paint seal and paint protectant, do you have any recommendations for how to get decent pricing on that?
I don't. It's I
You would
think-
get it at cost.
Well,
Yeah,
but
so
I never
it's-
bought the warranty, so it was really cheap for me. Because I leased my car, so I didn't care if I had the warranty. I just wanted the car to always look good, or to be able to clean up quickly.
Yeah.
You could say to them, "Hey, how much is it if I don't get the warranty for it?"
Speaking of hey, we've got Lose Joe, who's a new member here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome. Nice to see you.
855-285-2.
Yeah. Out of town or so dear call collect.
And H Sun is also
Yeah,
here. Pops.
hi, H. Sun.
So Yoni says, I would only use it for a classic car per se. Overall, just using a quality wax 2 times a year works equally well. Okay,
There you have it.
Thank you,
ladies and
Dr.
gentlemen.
Barron. Thank you, Doctor.
That's why Dr. Barron is Dr. Barron.
Anthony Morrison Pops. Guys, I have been toying with the idea of leasing versus buying. How about a pros versus cons assessment? All right, here, give me 1 second.
Didn't we do a video on that? Don't we have a guide on that?
Boom. You guys get to watch me. We're at 1981, folks. We're about to...
Yeah.
Tony.
I heard 1981 was a good year. But your auto advocate, me, I lease my cars. That's because I don't like to keep cars for a long time. I like to get new, fresh cars every 3 years. And as somebody once said, you lease things that depreciate and you acquire things, you buy things that appreciate. And up until, I don't know, this past year, automobiles hadn't normally fallen into the category of an appreciating asset. So
For sure.
it's personal taste. You can get more for less, less payment per month.
Take a peek at the guide. It's a good one. We also have the video linked right here on that
Oh
guide.
my God, it's all right there.
So here, we literally did, like,
Oh my God.
what are the pros and cons? So, next email.
Yes. Look at that.
Okay, this is from John.
Okay.
Ray, Zach, have
Yeah.
car manufacturers painted themselves into a corner with their dealerships? Here's why I ask.
Okay.
First, it's a given that a car dealership pays the manufacturer a huge sum of money to become a dealer, a one-time fee, I think, except for maybe extra fees for unique models like the Corvette or the electric Cadillac and more to come. But then the manufacturer gives back this money back to the dealer over time in terms of floor planning, advertisement, holdback, staircase incentives, etc., not to mention customer incentives. So why would a car manufacturer want to get into this loop? We've talked about this before. And why not sell to the general public? They've found ways. What is it? Like Toyota? What's Toyota?
I didn't know that a dealer that becomes a dealer had to pay to get the franchise. They have to be approved by the manufacturer to get the franchise. They have to, if they're buying an existing what they call a point or a location, they have to get pre-approval from the manufacturer, and they're paying the existing dealer blue sky or extra money for the goodwill that they've created over time. But I don't believe that they have to pay a deal. They have to pay the
Is there a
manufacturer.
franchise? There's got to be a franchise fee, right? Like anytime you open up a franchise of anything, you typically have to pay the franchise fee to
I'm
open
not
the
aware
franchise.
of any because you have to buy all the parts and all the cars
No, so
from
maybe
that
that is your
manufacturer,
franchise fee,
and
yeah.
that's where they make their money.
Regardless.
is when they wholesale the cars to you.
Want to hit on this? This
Yes.
is Toyota's market capitalization right
yes,
now.
Yes.
They don't want to change anything. They're worth $250 billion.
Okay.
They're happy. It's all good. So
Yeah.
I don't think that.
And most manufacturers want to be in the manufacturing business. They don't want to be in the retail business, which is why they've set up the wholesale networks that they've set up. It actually starts costing them money the moment they wholesale the car to the dealer, because if anything starts going wrong with the car, they have to cover it under the warranty.
It's going to be around. This is
not going away eventually it might go away, but it'll be a while before it goes away.
Got a question from Zach.
Yeah.
Longtime viewer, second-time emailer.
Well, bless your heart.
First and foremost, thank you and your father for all the helpful videos. I've been religiously watching them at work recently to prepare myself for the
How's
buying
your boss
process.
feel about that?
I'm looking to buy a new truck, and while I've narrowed my options down to a few models, F-150, Tundra, Ram,
Yeah.
none of those are popular.
Yeah.
I feel that in order to make the most informed decision on the actual truck I want, I've got to take some test drives.
I think you're correct there.
Would you be able to provide some guidance on how to approach a dealer when all I really want to do is take a truck for a spin and see what I think?
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone. What you're doing.
You walk in. And
Let's role play.
Yeah.
You're me, I'm you.
Oh, I'm the customer?
And I'm you.
Okay. Hi, my name's Ray. And before we get started, literally, I'm just here to drive some vehicles today. I'm trying to make a determination whether I should get a Ford pickup, a Ram pickup, or a Toyota pickup. And I'm not yet in the market to actually buy it. I just need to drive one or two of these Fords so I can compare it to the other two vehicles that I want to look at. Can we? Would that be okay with you?
End scene. We also in deal school went extensively into how to ask about the test drive, what to do on the test drive, what to expect after the test
Yes.
drive. You are well within your right.
To just go for a test drive. Now, I will tell you, when salespeople hated when somebody would come in for a test drive, and it was somebody that was, say, on their way to the airport because they were in Scottsdale for a business meeting, and before they flew home, they thought, well, why don't I just take a quick test drive before I get back to Miami where I'm going to buy the car? Yeah, the salesperson wasn't thrilled about that. Okay, because there was no possibility that he was going to end up being the one selling the vehicle.
Yeah.
But if the possibility exists that if he treats you well and if he or she treats you well,
Yep.
and they answer your questions and they're nice to you, that ultimately, if Ford is the product you decide
Yep.
on, you might and probably would come back to somebody that was nice to you.
Let's keep moving.
Okay.
This is from
we're moving to
Outsourced.
more.
This is from Outsourced Nerd.
Yeah.
Hello, Wah team. Jeez,
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I need advice. I have a 2010 Cadillac. Okay, Cadillac SRX4 Luxury Edition.
Yeah.
With 210,000 miles.
Okay.
One accident, body damage only. Body is in great shape.
Yeah. Well, once you start adding plastic to it from the Bondo, yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Needs a new catalytic converter. $1,500 dealer quote.
Yeah.
What would be a good trade in value, if any? Is it worth trying to trade in such a high mileage? Yeah. So I mean, this is why we built the trade in. What was it? 210.
210,000 miles.
Didn't say where he was, so we'll just say Arizona.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, but you forgot it needs a catalytic
No,
converter.
but I mean, so it's in rough condition.
Yeah. So, might you get $1,700 for it? I don't know. In today's world, maybe.
In today's world, it's your best chance.
Yeah.
Lizette, let's answer Lizette's question. Hi, Zach. I went to a dealer this past weekend, and I mentioned the black book price on a truck we were looking at. He got a smile on his face and said, there is no black book.
Yeah, really? I bet your accounting staff could say that's not so.
Oh, you mean for
because,
us?
Yeah, because you send them a check every
We
month.
send them a
pretty
check
sure.
to be able to provide this
Yeah,
data.
yeah.
He changed the subject, tried to anyway, and I mentioned again about black book price, and he got angry and said, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no black book. We ended up leaving, and he wouldn't give us an OTD price without us giving our OTD price first. Is that normal?
Well, sure, because they want to hear what you might be willing to pay before they tell you what they might be willing to sell it for. It's just old school, trying to maintain control and never actually giving the customer what they ask for as far as the information that they require in order to be able to say yes or no.
Let's hit on Chico Olio's question in the live chat. Then we've
Okay.
got an email here from Jenny, who I also see is in the live chat. So Jenny, looking forward to reading your email.
Okay.
So Chico wants to know, anyone on here have more experience with leases and money factors and having dealers tell you that they are set by the lender and set in stone, non-negotiable?
The residual values are set by the lender, and they are not negotiable. The money factors can, and in many cases are marked up by the finance departments at the dealerships. So, because that's a way for them to make extra money in the finance department. So you can negotiate the money factor. You can't negotiate it below what the
Buy rate.
What the buy rate is that the bank charges the dealership. But the dealership is free to mark it up. I believe when I was with Mini, we were allowed to mark it up as much as, I think, 100 basis points, which is substantial.
No, that's a whole percent.
Yes.
Yep. So you can negotiate aspects of a lease.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Always ask for the money factor, and if you want to figure out what that money factor equates to as an annual percentage rate, take that money factor, whatever it is, and times it by 2,400, and that will give you an approximate APR value.
And take a look at the glossary of terms. Chico says they are saying that they are giving me buy rate, but have yet to show me the actual buy rate based on my approval.
Just ask again and again and again.
The other nice thing about leasing is the buy rate's going to be the same at two different dealerships.
Yeah.
So contact another dealership.
Yeah.
I'm interested in leasing a similar vehicle.
Yeah.
What's buy rate? All right, let's run to Jenny's queue. Jenny Richards here. Don't know
Yes.
if I'll be able to attend the live stream tonight.
But you are.
You are. So I just wanted to let you know a couple of things. First, I got the T-shirt,
Yay.
and I love it. I will
Good.
wear it when I meet with the F&I guys when the new car is delivered. Thanks.
Good.
That's awesome. Second, we were at a dealership last Sunday and saw a bright yellow 2016 Corvette on the used car lot. I ran it through the market price report in CarMax. The dealership is selling the car at the original 2016 MSRP.
Yeah.
Their new car lot is essentially empty, only about 15 vehicles. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Third, they gave us a build date of April 19th. When we checked up over this past week, and they have moved the build date to May 3rd, as it sits now the car won't be in before we retire May 7th. If it doesn't get pushed back again.
Yeah.
You guys are great. Love your live streams and all the education you provide to everyone. I like to think of you both as imparting knowledge with a side of comedy. Keep it up.
I'd like to think that we impart comedy with a side of knowledge.
Just a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Jenny, thank you for the email. Glad you
Yes.
got your T-shirt. Pulling up automotive news just to see if there's
Chip shortage.
GM issues. Because yesterday was the big Ford news.
Yeah.
And their stock price sunk today 10%.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're Anyway,
Yeah.
Jenny,
Did you
thank
see
you
that
for that.
Penske stock was up to $83?
Really don't want to talk about it
I know,
because
'cause
I
you
had to
sold it.
sell mine so that I could sustain myself while we tried to get YAA off the ground.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway. Okay.
Roger's happy.
Thanks, Pops. Jackie Miller.
Yeah.
Hello, Zach, Ray, and Ya team. I've only been a listener for a week, but have learned so much already. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
Backstory. I purchased a 2007 CRV back in mid-January. Against my better judgment, I did not have a PPI done before buying as is from the dealership. On paper, it was great and seemed to drive well, though I did feel like it would need to get used to how it drove. After a few days, I had my mechanic do a full check and find that the tie rods and struts were extremely worn and needed immediate replacing. The dealership's inspection report later revealed that they knew about the problems. The dealership rejected my request for them to refund or repair, but offered to trade the car in for what I paid. After months of hunting their inventory and watching the prices rise, I've contacted the sales manager again to revisit the issue and request for them to make the repairs. I understand I have very little leverage since it was an as-is sale in Oklahoma, but the fact that they knew about the problem should help my case. My question,
Yes.
do you have any suggestions for what I should say when I am able to get the manager on the phone? I hate hearing stories like this. It pains us, but it's not the first time.
You have no leverage, which is unfortunate. And you just need to appeal to his better angel. And since he's a manager, he probably doesn't have one. If they, and I mean, say to him, you knew it, and you knew you were selling it to me as is, but you never let me know that there were issues. And technically, tie rods and things like that, that could be a safety issue because the car won't be handling and riding as it should be. So perhaps you can get something done that way. Maybe speak to the state's attorney general, the Office of Consumer Affairs, something like that. And as Yanni just said, goodwill. But my guess is if somebody sold a 2007 CRV as is, knowing that it had issues, they're really not interested in goodwill.
I think the challenging thing here is that it was back in January that you made the purchase.
And it's now at May. Almost
May.
Yeah.
I would say go to your state's attorney general, though, and lay out everything as you know it.
Yes.
Get your mechanic involved as well. Better Business Bureau
Yes.
as well. Leave a review online. Those
Yes.
are the avenues that you
Yes.
have leverage. Crappy situation.
Yeah, unfortunate, I think, would be the term when I'm not allowed to curse.
Yes. All right, we've got a message here, Dad, from Hassan. Hello,
Yes.
Ray and Zach. Thank you both for all you're doing with the YA community to make us more knowledgeable in this crazy car buying world.
Nice to meet you.
My hands are always clammy. Sorry
They're
about that.
sweaty as
My
can
bad.
be. Yeah. God, I'm not doing that again.
I'm interested in buying a Dodge Challenger 50th anniversary Scat Pack.
Oh,
This model.
I can't imagine that the dealer's going to be asking for much over MSRP for something like that.
This model was part of the 2020 lineup, but not in the 2021 lineup.
Well, that's because the 50th anniversary only comes around one time.
Time out.
I'll be good.
Time out.
I'll be good.
The gentleman last night.
Yeah.
I retired.
Stop.
after-
Stop. Don't do it. Did he have a job before? He did. I'm sorry. We need to be good. Which is very hard.
The 50th anniversary only
Yeah.
came around in 2020. Interesting. All right. I'm thinking of factory ordering this car. The build here for this model is still the Dodge website, and I built the car I wanted to my exact specifications. On the live stream Wednesday, you guys recommended waiting this car year out to buy, so I was hoping to wait until the end of the year or early next year for the market to get better. How long do you think I have before they stop making this 2020 limited edition? I want this model, but the 2022s will be coming out soon, correct?
I've only been in the car business. I was only in the car business for 43 years. They make the 2020 model, for the 2020 model year.
And they move on to the 2021 production.
Yes. So once they moved on to 2021, there is no longer the ability to be able to have somebody build a 2020.
We're already hearing from people that they're not able to build 2021s because the dealership's already moving on to 2022s.
Yeah. So my guess is You can't really order one because they were limited production, limited edition to commemorate the 50th anniversary, and that only comes around once.
Let's see that little bit more detail here. P.S. There's a Dodge dealer near me that has 3 on the lot that I could settle for if I can't factory order anymore.
You can't order.
According to the website, Market Price Report, they have the potential to negotiate. The cars have been on the lot for 91 days, and the local average is 162.
Take a shot. It never hurts. It never hurts to make an offer. It never hurts to take a shot and see if maybe, especially at the end of a month, that they might acquiesce and give you a better deal. But if it's a limited edition car, and it was,
no, we've answered.
Yeah.
James Johnson wants to know: do we think these prices will be the new norm?
I think.
Give me your 6, 12, and 18 month, if you don't mind.
I think it's the new norm for now. I think it's probably the new norm for the next 12 to 18 months, because I don't think there's a solution to the production problems.
Not soon enough.
For 12 to 18 months.
We've got an email here, Pops, from Melissa. Hey, Melissa.
Oh.
Zach. No questions tonight, but a lengthy email as usual.
Okay.
That's fine. We're good with that. Yeah. Lots of emojis I see as well.
Yes. Somebody have to explain those to me.
I got you. Back at the drawing board for the husband's F-250 search. Good news.
Yeah.
PPI helped us dodge a bullet. Private sale was the unheard of great deal, but if it sounds too good to be true,
it normally is. Yes.
The pre-purchase inspection revealed undisclosed damage issues, making it easy to walk away. Good. Remember, if you're Melissa's right here. This is great. Remember, that was the private sale from the kid.
Yes.
That was going to be a great deal.
Yeah.
Opened up search throughout East Coast in hopes of locating reasonable deal amidst all the craziness. Would hold off if the husband's truck wasn't on borrowed time. Mm-hmm. Any input suggestions from the YEA team and community members is welcome as I navigate a potential out-of-state purchase. Little leery with going out of the region. Last experience buying pre-owned in Rockville, Maryland was littered with don't do mistakes resulting in buyer's remorse. My dad used to work in Rockville, Maryland.
I did.
My emails wouldn't be signature #New England asshole material without pics. That's a camera.
Okay.
So attached you'll find my uncanny head south palm tree planned for pre-owned purchase car at Skylar's Ford dealership. Yay! All right, here we go. Road trip will include picking up YEA members to provide key support during purchase process. Melissa, we don't deserve you. You were too good to us.
I'm assuming
Robert Walsh
and Ken and Larry are.
Robert Walsh, Massachusetts for Bruins Talk. Ken Baran, PA for Member Entertainment. Larry R, New Jersey as the negotiating partner.
Okay.
Mike Dean in West Virginia to provide the best credit union rates on auto loans. Skylar Green in Georgia to work a once-in-a-lifetime unicorn car deal. We'll start with the Jersey Shore to visit you, and Pops may consider kidnapping Kim for F&I support along with Yachty for the pre-purchase inspection.
My God.
Once I secure a deal, I'll head back north for the rest of the members to celebrate with Jenny Richards, who's in Missouri. I didn't even know Jenny was in Missouri, but there you go. Am Carbuyer in Massachusetts, BB, Ken Ambrose, Tony P, Stevie Osgood, Mayani. The list goes on. Do we have a photo? Of course we have a photo. 64 days on lot. Local average is 65 days. The prices keep changing. Oh, my.
Look at that. Well, isn't that wonderful, though, that in some small way the community can come together like that?
Oh, it's absolutely great.
Yes.
Now, Melissa, in your case, I think it's a testament to getting the pre-purchase inspection.
Yes.
100%.
And much like you, I don't know that I would go to Rockville either. No, I'm kidding. There are good dealerships in Rockville.
We do have the, let me find it, long...
And can I say something about Rockville?
You can always say something.
You know, Rockville being right outside of Washington, D.C., that is one of the most competitive marketplaces in the country, especially for some higher-end German and Asian brands.
Definitely.
So there's oftentimes good deals to be had, but you know it's like anything. You just have to make sure.
Is just ridiculous.
You just have to make sure.
I just posted in the live stream chat the buying a car long distance guide.
Yes.
So Melissa, please take a peek at that.
Yes.
Mike Dean reminding us that he really enjoys this community. We do too, Mike.
Yes.
This is so cool. The internet's a cool place.
Yes. You know, I never really spent much time on the internet before because I was a scaredy cat, but I was so wrong.
We've got Jackie Miller saying, thank you for taking my question and giving me ideas on how to handle this. I will definitely make my appeal to them. and follow any the other suggestions if that's not successful. Yeah, Jackie, keep us posted. Jackie
Yes,
was the,
please.
the,
Yes,
the unfortunate.
with the 2007 CRV.
Ooh, okay. Chico, who I know is on the stream tonight, we're going to answer your question here.
Okay.
Hi, Zach. I'm hoping you may be able to help me with this potential car deal. I'd love to close tomorrow. Okay, this is
tomorrow
good.
being the last day of the month, yeah.
As I've been using your site and videos for the past month or so, and they've been extremely helpful. One of the items in the lease deal I'm working on is the dealer is adamant that the money factor is fixed and not negotiable. We talked about that a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
Attached is the market price report I generated on the site with the relevant info. Key info to note to date. Money factor.
Money factor seems a tad high. What was the residual value? Oftentimes, if the residual
65%. There it is.
So
BMW is notorious for this as well.
Oftentimes, if the residual value is really high, then they jack up the money factor to make up for it.
Somewhere they're making money. And by they, we're no longer talking about the dealership even necessarily.
No, it could be the lender.
The lender.
But I will say, BMW oftentimes has ultra high residuals and cheap money factors.
I was working a couple consult calls helping folks with BMW leases, Dad. Mm-hmm. It's like 3.4, 3.5% APR is what it comes out to on the money factor, which in today's age is kind of high.
A tad bit, but
not crazy.
Yeah, no.
But it's a little propped up because the residual values are propped up.
Yes.
A 65% residual value on what are we working with again here? A Chrysler?
Yeah, that is really high.
That is really high.
Yes.
What is this? Let's see. One second. Oh, so it's going to be on a Jeep. Okay,
yeah,
Jeep
well,
makes sense.
that's why it's so high.
Jeeps do hold their value.
I mean, I would beg, and nobody has a lot of leverage right now because dealerships are short supply. But I would beg that they, and say to them, hey, I don't mind you marking up the money factor a little bit.
I'm confused. Why is there a $7,500 rebate for it being a hybrid?
Well,
Are there
if it's a hybrid,
are there
there
hybrid
would be
Jeeps?
Well, apparently there might be.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Electric Jeep. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
At least a hybrid Jeep.
I guess I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're not normally in the loop. But just beg them to share with you again and again and again what the money factor is. There was a story I told last night about friends of ours who recently bought a Volkswagen, and they got hammered in the finance department. Every time they'd say no, the finance manager kept saying, well, no, really, why wouldn't you want to do it when it came to an extended warranty? And they kept bringing different people in. And they had said no 5 or 6 times. And by the 7th time, they were worn out and they said yes. So my suggestion would be is that as a consumer, you do the same to them that they would do to you. So if you say no in the finance department, I'm good. If you say no in the finance department and they keep hammering you, well, if they say no to you when you ask for the buy rate or ask what is the buy rate, I'm not necessarily expecting you to give it to me at the buy rate, but what is the buy rate so I can know how much it's marked up? Every time they say no, you just keep asking, and eventually you might wear them out because the finance manager makes nothing if you walk out.
Let's go back to the deal though. Let's take a quick peek. So there's a $1,500 dealer discount. And when you're working a lease, you still work on like an OTD price.
You work on the
dealer
discounted
discount,
selling price.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which will show up on the lease contract as the capitalized cost.
Well, after everything's said
and done.
Yes.
Yep. So you got $1,500 dealer discount. The sales price gets to $53,325. $7,500 rebate.
Yeah.
Still can't believe there's hybrid Jeeps, but that's okay. Taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Tags, doc fee, they're waiving the lease acquisition fee. Okay, am I getting a good dealer? Can I do better? The market is crazy, so maybe expectations are too high. I mean, you attach the market price report. It doesn't look like there's anything too particularly negotiable in your area. So realistically, that's probably a fine deal. I wonder if that's the first pass, though. Maybe you can keep pushing, but
perhaps you can get more than $1,500 off from the dealer before they apply the rebate. Scroll up. How much was the MSRP? 54. So if you figure
Probably
there's
7
or 8%, so there's about $4,000, $3,500 to $4,000
in spread from invoice to
yes.
MSRP.
And so if they're only giving up 1,500 of it,
There's another 500 at least.
or 1,000,
Yeah. So push on him.
and
Push on him there.
especially if you
the-
agree to do it by the close of business tomorrow for month end.
And Jeep might be, Chrysler might be on Monday the 3rd. So double check the incentive.
More than
but
likely, most of the manufacturers.
Subaru I know is tomorrow, but all the others I've been working on.
Most will go through the weekend.
Okay, so a little bit more to work on there.
Yeah.
I do, however, want to give Mark Newberry, who joined us, the Ray Shefska stamp of approval.
Okay.
It appears that Mark bought his used 4Runner with good advice, knew when to strike, and got a good deal when it came up. So congrats to you.
Congrats, and the Ray Shefska stamp of approval to you, Mr. Newberry.
Am Carbuyer says, with the Lease Hacker calculator, if you enter the make, then 2/3 of the way down the page, don't know the residual manufacturer, they will give you the manufacturer and residual for the model and trim. I don't know how accurate that's going to be.
Yeah, but you're assuming that they actually have accurate information.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know that they do or they don't.
Let's keep going. They also offered to buy my current car off me.
Yeah.
Not surprised about that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they are going to treat it like it's a trade-in value, even though it's not part of the lease deal. So I would consider this private sale to a dealer.
Well, you could use it as trade-in value, but I would not do it that way because that's just basically giving money to Chrysler Financial.
However,
So take the cash. Put the cash in your pocket.
Is Vermont a sales tax benefit? I'm just curious.
Well, forget the
Doesn't
sales
matter,
tax
okay.
benefit because if you're putting money down on a lease, all you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
is
yeah,
lowering
right.
your payment and making the car cheaper to the lease company.
Here we go, though. So market values from Black Book attached. So private sale, we're saying anywhere from 13,825 to 16,500. And then we've got. Here we go.
Sorry.
Clean retail 17,000. No, I mean, so to my dad's point,
Yeah.
sell it privately.
Yeah.
No need, unless the dealer wants to buy it at that rep.
Yeah, but have them buy it. Don't have them do it as a trade-in.
So there you go, Chico. Maybe $500,000 more here. We don't think that the buy rate is marked up, but it could be. So you want to get another.
I think the buy
My dad
rate's
thinks the
probably
buy
marked
rate's
up.
marked up. I would recommend you contact another dealership.
I
to see if
can't
you
imagine
can-
that the buy rate today would be
5%.
close to 5%.
All right, Angela's
I
question.
could be
Pops.
wrong, but yes.
Hi. On yesterday's call, it was mentioned that you should trade in your lease car to get equity.
Yes.
How can you trade in a car that you don't own? Do you want to answer that initially?
Well, because it has a payoff, and the trade value could be way more than the payoff, and that excess amount gets applied towards the new vehicle. And
Chico
so-
says, "Thank you guys. You both are amazing." Chico, tell a friend about us. That would be a great way to.
Yeah. Don't thank us. Tell somebody.
You know, actually, wait. Can we just briefly?
Yeah.
I got a phone call to the company line earlier.
Yeah.
855-28. Out of towners don't call.
Yeah. Cars for kids.
818.
Cars. For
And
kids.
he was a gentleman looking for Kimberly.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have no clue what your business is called, but a
Yeah.
friend of mine just bought the VSC from you guys and told me to call you to buy it for my car. And I'm looking for Kimberly. You're not her. I'm like,
Not this
we
week.
have grown because this is
Yeah.
awesome. And it was
Yeah.
like, so we appreciate when you refer people.
Yes.
Jenny says, is it a good idea to get your VSC on my new car? Or is it more for used cars? I plan on keeping it until it dies. If you plan on keeping it until it dies, then you should get it now because the price, you know what the price
is
is,
less.
and you can get a longer term. Kimberly did a video on this though, so let me share my screen real quick, and I'll post that in the chat, and then we'll hop back. Extended warranty on new cars. Yeah, it's this one. Let me copy that. Let me come back to there. Boom. There you go, Jenny. All right, but let's answer Angela's. So
Okay.
how do you trade in a car that you don't own? You pay it off and then you sell it.
Well, you don't know. You don't have to pay it off. It has
Someone has to pay it off.
Yes, it has a
Yeah.
payoff. The dealer will call and get a payoff.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
You pay it off.
It gets paid off.
Thank you.
Okay, the way you're phrasing it is you're making it sound like they have to buy it first before they trade it, and they don't.
If you sell it to a third party, you do.
If you trade it, it has a payoff.
Okay,
and the
let's be-
dealer has to make the payoff.
Okay, yes. If you trade it to the dealership.
Okay, if
yeah.
you're selling it to that's
Like to
different than
Carvana.
if you're selling it to a third party, that's different than trading it in.
Good call.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
let's just be
yes,
super.
yes.
If you are selling to a third party,
Yes.
you pay your payoff and then you sell it.
Yes, if you're,
And you will get help from the Carvanas of the world, so you
yeah,
don't have to
help
stroke
you
a,
with that. Yes, and if you're trading the car,
to a dealership.
yes, they'll call and they'll get the payoff, and they'll find out how much the payoff is, and you'll see how much over the payoff they offer you, and whether or not it makes sense to trade it.
I am wondering if that response was geared towards the person with the lease who is negotiating a new car deal with the dealership that originally offered the lease. I think so. I am working with Mercedes on a deal. Do you think they would want to buy out my Infinity lease? I am thinking not. The salesperson is aware of the lease and didn't offer to offer a buyout. Another question, I heard that CarMax is not buying out Infinity vehicles because they have to pay more, and Infinity gives them a hard time. Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of that.
I have heard of that.
But that could be a possibility.
There is a big brewing storm in terms of lease vehicles at lease end having equity and not being returned to the dealerships, and ultimately making it to the auctions that are like the captive auctions from the manufacturers. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some pushback there. But if you have an Infinity lease, you can't return that to a Mercedes-Benz dealership.
No, it has to be returned to an Infinity dealership.
Exactly.
You can trade it in, however. So you could have the dealer call and get a payoff for them, which might be higher than, at Infinity. But there still could be equity
Yeah.
if they, because I would think, even on a Mercedes-Benz lot,
Infinity
with
sell,
Infinity being a luxury brand, and dealerships finding it difficult to get used cars right now.
Yeah, they're still going to be interested in it.
That there should be interest on the Mercedes-Benz dealership's part to.
Clinton Lund says, referral question. When introducing someone to the yacht community, what is the best introductory video to link them to? If anyone has responses to that, can you please let us know in the chat? Because I'm curious what everyone here thinks.
Yeah,
I
don't
no
know.
clue.
Yeah.
I'll be very curious.
All of them, all 5,873. No, there's how many are there?
Justin Lopez pops. Dear Ray and Zach, first,
Yeah,
thank you for the amazing service you provide. I love when people are nice to us.
Yes.
I guess it's
Even
captive,
if we don't deserve
it's
it.
a captive group,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
So, yeah. I live in New York City without a car, but was recently thinking about leasing a 2021 Honda Civic X sedan.
yes.
Well, the E's silent. I know you've been saying that it's a bad time to get a car and to wait if possible. I don't
Need a car.
but I would make my life more convenient. Does
Okay.
this advice also hold true for leases? Does the inflated price of used cars also raise the residual value, thus lowering the cost of the lease? One dealer has quoted me a residual value of 62%,
Yeah.
with a selling price of $23,635 before fees and taxes. Here's the VIN. See you on the live stream, and thanks for answering my question. Let's answer the question around, does this advice hold true for leases, and are residual values, are we seeing them impacted at present?
My suspicion would be that we're not going to see any of the lenders raise the residual percentages moving forward, because 3 years from now there should be the dreaded correction that everybody's expecting. So they're not going to base a residual for 3 years from now on what is happening in the market today. If you can get a good deal on a lease, you're going to get. I believe, because used car values are so out of whack, that new cars are a better value today than pre-owned cars, and the best way to get more for less on a new car is leasing.
And honestly, there's a lot of confusion around negotiating and working a lease deal. We just talked about it a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
You still negotiate a dealer discount.
Yes.
So your expectations for how
Yes.
much that dealer discount will be probably not that high. However, you're still going to be able to get a fair deal.
Yes. And some folks have suggested that if you refer people, have them go to deal school.
Deal school is great. Also, someone mentioned, who was it? It was Addicted to Cards, suggested that we create a dedicated intro video for people that are new to the channel that
Yeah.
links out to other resources. I think that's probably
Yeah,
wise.
well,
We did recently.
Thanks for making more work for me.
We did recently film a new because back on when you create an account,
Yeah.
we have the getting started video.
Yeah.
This getting started video is so outdated now.
Oh my God.
No, and we filmed it in like January because now you can do so much more in your auto advocate.
Okay, so
Anyway, so it's pretty cool to
Last
see.
time I checked, you have the camera.
No, James
and
is
we
editing
can,
it. James is editing
Yeah,
it.
and we can do.
Yeah, we're good, we're
we can do fresh stuff, new stuff. We
We
can,
good.
We can update every few months.
We good.
It's not like I'm going anywhere.
Pamela Keller.
Oh, I am. I'm starting tomorrow.
Someone asked me that question recently. Someone on like the business side of this. They were like, God forbid, knock on wood, it never happens. But like, what if your dad dies? What do you do with the business? I'm like, why are you asking me
Yeah,
this?
please.
Like, you serious right now?
Yeah. It's a big what if. But
I don't know. I'm not thinking about
Yeah,
that.
but let's not worry about it at the moment. Hey, you know what? We'll cross that bridge after we bury the
I
old
literally,
man.
I was like so taken back. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Some crazy folks. Pamela Keller.
Yeah.
Hi there. I'm about to enter my third lease. Lots of leasing going on.
yes.
And historically, I've turned it in under 30,000 miles.
Okay.
I learned from all of your teachings
Yeah.
that it affects the depreciation if I'm under miles. Yeah, the car's worth more.
Yes, of course.
My question is, can I negotiate a term with the dealer that I get money off if I turn it in under miles? The reverse of paying if you go over. If so, what course of action do you recommend? I think you've got an answer here. What
Well, I
do you
do
think,
have an
Puffs?
answer, but I can't speak for all brands. I can tell you that on BMWs and Minis, if you're significantly under the miles that you contracted for, they will give you a rebate. I think it was either $250 or $350 for those miles that you didn't put on the car. It's not a lot,
But
you know, you can also do a low mileage lease.
I was about to say, it's their third lease under 30,000.
Of 7,500 miles a year, if that would give you enough miles.
We did a video one time getting into the intricacies of leasing. Not all leases are 3 years, 36,000 miles.
No,
You can have
you can have
3-year, 100,000 mile
Yes,
leases.
and you can have extra low mileage leases. You can have 5,000 mile a year leases. You can have 7,500 mile a year leases. You know,
needed a lease that was like 10 miles a year. But
yeah, for the longest period of time, you know, if I had a 2,500 mile a year lease, I would have been fine.
Jenny Richards with the appreciation
Yeah.
over to Yanni. Yanni's answering a ton of questions here tonight.
Yes, he
Thank
is.
you, Yanni. Make eye contact with Yanni.
Thank you, Yanni.
Yanni.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And Jenny, we love it. We'll continue my membership even after the car comes in too. Love you guys. We got it. We're working on some ownership related things so that we can provide value to people.
Yeah.
In ownership
Other than
as
just
well.
our banter.
Yeah. Like we're actively pursuing like that service repair advocacy idea and some other pieces. So thank you, Jenny, for your support.
Yes.
But we're also working on some things that'll be able to actually help you
That
out.
would make sense for people to continue.
So it's less of like a
membership
donation and more of like you actually get something.
Yes.
T.A. Johns. I think his
Yes.
name's Terrence. There it is.
Okay.
Terrence. I spoke with Terrence recently.
Yes.
Yanni gave us a kissy face. That's beautiful. Question for you. As you've talked about, the best thing is to have dealers compete against each other. Yes. A
Yeah.
problem I've seen is when a specific color or build, but same trim is limited to one dealer. Other than compromising on the car to get competing quotes, do you have any other suggestions? I'm assuming this means accepting an offer or a dreaded haggling session.
I would say in today's world where there's much more limited supply than there has been in quite some time, you might have to become a tad bit colorblind. And I know you have your the favorite color that you really, really want to have, but if there's only one of those out there and the dealer knows it, well,
The dealer does know it.
and the dealer does know it. So exactly, you tell me exactly what your leverage is, other than being willing to accept other colors, so that you can then pit one dealer against the other.
Sometimes folks give us a bit of a hard time. Not too many members or
Yeah.
anything quite like that, but folks will give us a hard time from time to time when they look at market price reports and it's like, well, it says it's not negotiable and
Yeah.
it says there aren't any other similar vehicles in there. It's like, yes, that's literally why we designed this, to help you feel informed, because that's what the dealership's looking at.
Yes, they know.
They know that
they
they-
know what's out there. They can run a report.
That looks very similar to this.
Well, just through their manufacturer, they can run a report that tells them what's out there. And, like if there's a red Honda Civic EXL, and they can run a report in their marketing area that'll tell them how many there are. And when it comes back that they got the only one, don't worry, they know it.
And again, literally, that's when
Because that's how dealers do DXs, dealer trades. They run a report with the manufacturer to find out who might have the car they want.
like that is why we built this the way we built this, is so that
Yes.
you could have that
Look
same
at that
exact.
mini Cooper S all four club. My God,
So
the
I
deal.
was-
Wait a second. What year? 2021. They won $43,895.
That mini is actually a someone that's in the community signed up for a consult call.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
you
yes.
remember that one?
Yes.
And we were looking over his lease.
yes.
And I roped my dad in. Yeah, he was a gentleman that signed up for the $50 package.
Yeah.
Yep, you remember that?
Yes.
It was right before we
absolutely.
went
Just
over
the
for
other
dinner.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, long
I
story short.
helped with the $3.19
Yeah,
of
yeah.
capitalized cost reduction.
Gibby Hike says, Pops, you're going to get a kick out of this.
Yes.
This was posted in a local Facebook group. The
Yeah.
dealers in this town have been known for pulling scams ranging from rigged drawings for Supras, won
Yeah.
by the GM's wife,
Oh, go figure.
to not titling cars and finalizing loans. And
That's
now
not
this,
good.
having buyer's remorse on trade. I wonder how bad they overpaid in a hot used car market such as this to have stones to even ask. Thanks for all you guys do. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure there's nothing. Bear with me. Let me. Okay, this looks fine. No PII or anything.
Okay.
So this is from a Facebook group. Hey guys, I have a problem that I'm hoping someone here can help me with. I bought a car from a local dealer and traded in my car sight unseen. I was upfront about the damage and the salesperson said it was no problem. He went through with the deal and drove the new vehicle home. Well, the next day I get a call from someone who wasn't there when our deal was done and is now saying we need to pay more. My question is, I've already signed the paperwork and I have the car. Do I have to do anything or is the deal done?
Deal's done.
Deal's done.
Deal's done.
Hey, we got it from Schwemeta.
Yeah.
SWH Meta.
Yeah.
Hello, Ray and Zach. We spoke about this vehicle last night. Yes, because we
Yes.
live stream on Wednesday nights. And
Thursday nights.
Mark
And-
Newberry says the market price report was all caps. Well, one caps. So helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
And we also live stream typically on Saturday.
I'm so excited to stream again on Saturday.
From a undisclosed location in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Tomorrow is my day to shop.
Okay.
This Forerunner
Yeah.
out the door estimate is $50,389
Yeah.
for the market price report.
Let's call it 50 grand.
Let's call it
Okay.
50 grand.
Yeah.
I'd round up, but that's just me.
Yeah.
My question pertains to tax trade-in,
Trade-in.
and the out-the-door offer. Your out-the-door suggestion includes tax based on the sale. It does not factor in the trade. We are actively working on an iteration there, but correct. It at present
Yes.
does not factor in the trade. I am under the impression that it is wise not to mention the trade until we negotiate the out-the-door price.
That is correct, because the trade is a separate transaction that can then be applied after you've agreed to a number to sell it to them for.
Of course, the out-the-door price will be based on the sales tax to the sale of the vehicle without trade during that phase of the negotiation process, correct?
Yes.
Now I want to bring up my trade after we come to an agreement. My
Yes.
trade will lower the sales tax because I will pay tax based on the difference.
Okay.
However, they have already agreed to an out-the-door price. I can't see them saying, "Oh, Mr. Customer, we can lower your out-the-door price due to less tax being
Well,
paid."
of course, they have no choice.
Instead,
because-
they will probably try to manipulate some numbers to keep the original total. Do you think he or she's overthinking it?
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
He is overthinking
Yeah.
it.
Here's the deal. Okay, the out the door price is based on whatever the agreed upon discounted selling price is. So you know what that number is that you've agreed to reach that out the door price. So they can't jack up the selling price.
Yeah, really what happens here, Steve, that I see more frequently,
Yes.
let me know what you think, is that you're going to get slightly lowballed on the trade
Of
because
course,
they know that,
They figure they can make some of their money back that way.
well, because you also get the sales tax benefit. I actually saw
Yes.
on a deal worksheet that from a console call, I think it was yesterday,
Yeah.
and it had trade-in value plus sales tax benefit, total trade-in value.
Yeah.
So, Steve, that's what you're going to see is you might have a Carvana quote for $40,000. Let's say it's a $40,000 trade-in. Okay, you're only going to get a quote from the dealership for 38, but that 38's still better than the 40 when you factor in the sales tax
Could be,
benefit.
yes.
Like, that's where you're going to see it. It's not that you're going to then have to renegotiate the selling price. of it.
No, but it's So, yeah, you're overthinking it to a degree.
Schwemeta, we have your back.
Well, we got somebody's back.
Nick McClure. Hey, Zach. I've been loving the content. I mean, everyone at the beginning. It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
well,
awesome.
That's because they
If
know
you-
they know honey attracts more flies than vinegar. So they might as well be nice to us.
This iPhone is
Yeah.
what we filmed the first ever
Yes.
Ya video on.
Yes.
So thank you for getting behind that camera and letting me do that.
Yeah. Well, I had a light shooting up from my butt. It appeared.
You and
Coming out
Ray
the back of my head.
are my kind of people.
Well, I
Sorry,
don't know what
Nick.
kind of people though
Here's
that would be. But
here's my question.
I'm reminded of Groucho Marx, who once said, "I would never become a member of a group that would have me as a member." So
Really?
yeah.
I mean, we're not. Are we technically community members?
Yeah. I think we're elders.
You're though.
Elders of the community.
Yanni's grabbing a cookie. Yanni, we would love to know what type of cookie. I would like your guest pops, community members guess. I'm going snickerdoodle. What type of cookie do you think it is?
I think it's an oatmeal raisin.
Folks in the audience, what do we think Yanni's cookie is? Winner gets a.
Ray Sheska stamp of approval.
That's what I was thinking. Winner gets a cookie.
Yeah, come on, we're moving. Come on,
Steve says snickerdoodle as
Yeah.
well. All right, we got to answer Nick's question.
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, chocolate chip. Lots of people go chocolate chip.
Yeah.
A local dealer group that generally has a good reputation in my area advertises no dealer fees ever. That sounds nice and all, but do you think there's a catch somewhere? To me, that sounds like code for we bake our dock fee into the price of our car and don't negotiate pricing. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can look at the.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. I mean,
Yeah.
directionally it's good, but yeah, it means it's baked in other areas. We've got cookie news that we got.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be so confused when he comes
Yeah.
back. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "What's
Like,
going on?"
What's with all these different types of cookies?
Peanut butter. Mike Dean going peanut butter. Interesting. Chocolate chip, macadamia nut from Mark
Yeah.
Newberry,
Yeah.
macaroons.
Yeah.
David Mork going Thin Mint. Is it Girl Scout cookie season?
I don't know. Yeah. For all I know, it could be a prune Hummintosh.
Third E, strawberry cookie. What the heck is a strawberry cookie?
Oh, my guess is there's some strawberry in it.
Yanni, hopefully you get back soon.
Yeah.
Let us know what type of cookie. There's a lot of Oreo. That's a safe. Mo's a cookie with nuts.
Well, that's just dealing with nuts. That's us.
Lemon
Yeah.
cookie. That'd be
Okay.
interesting. All right. Elizabeth. Hi, Zach. I was on the chat last night. Yeah, I love how people are on both the streams. And I approached the dealership asking for their detailed out-the-door price for the Highlander I'm interested in. Please find the PDF copy attached.
Yeah.
Is this a good price or still high? I saw a couple of charges they added. Let me make sure there's no PII, and I'll pull it up on the screen. No. Okay, Yanni. You got watermelon?
Oh, well, you just lost us all. You told us you were getting a cookie.
Come on, man.
Well, you could have said I'm getting fruit, and then we could have guessed what fruit it was.
You set us
Go
up.
get a cookie, damn
Go
it.
get a cookie, Yanni.
And
You
tell
earned
us
it.
what it would be.
Yeah. If you were going to get a cookie, what?
Yeah, as Mark said, that
Arugula.
was lame. Yeah, arugula would be good.
Yanni, how can we trust you? Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what the dealership gave to Elizabeth. So let's be
Okay.
clear. This is not an invoice. This is not even an out the door. Yeah, it is an out the door.
yeah, it
This is
is.
an out the door. This is a
Yeah.
nice detailed out the
Okay.
door. So we've got,
So we've got the MSRP of $49,093,
and then they're discounting $3,500
$574.
sales tax. So they're giving her
Service and
7.5.
So there's two service protection plans.
So they gave her 7.5% off, and then they added back in
$800.
which is like a percent. So we're at like a 6.5%
Yeah.
discount off
Yeah.
of MSRP.
Black and white.
Yanni, you've lost 30 pounds in the past 6 months.
Well, he was a rather large doctor before.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Glad you did that.
You must have been eating imported watermelon.
Registration and fees include a $99 dock fee. Okay, so they listed all their fees.
Okay.
$598 special benefit package.
Well,
What is
you
that?
might want to ask what that is. Yeah, what is the $598 special benefit package, and how does it benefit me?
So on the surface, Pops here.
Yes.
What is your takeaway on this deal? This manufacturer rebate's going to go away on Monday.
Yes.
So that we know is there.
Yes.
But do you think are you taking this, or are you pushing back on anything?
I'd push back on find out what the $598.90 is, what the special benefit package is and what that
Quite the name.
Yeah, it is. And then I would talk about the service and protection plans for $399 and $399.
So obviously the dealer and
Yeah.
the sales manager is going to say no, can't take them off. They're on your
Yeah,
car.
okay.
What do you think is a realistic outcome here?
Then you negotiate the price of those items down.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate the fact you can't take them off. What if I'll pay you $100 each for those two and start the negotiating process on those two items.
And you try and get this done by Monday.
Oh yeah, the
Gotta
latest.
get it done by Monday.
Yeah,
There you go, Elizabeth.
yeah.
Alex. Oh, this
Alex,
is
he's our Alaska sound guy.
Why is it that non-commissioned dealerships don't have an F&I manager? How do they do sales differently? The Mazda dealer in my area is non-commissioned, and I heard right now because of supply and demand, they don't negotiate much. Mazda doesn't have any cashback deals from what I looked up.
There was, and there are some dealerships that follow a program that's called You Deal with One Person. Okay, and I know in the Phoenix area, there was a Toyota store on the west side of town that it's you deal. The salesperson is your F&I person. They handle everything for you from sales through F&I. You just deal with one person.
Then we have people like Justice, who was now a former. Today was Justice's
His
last day.
Yeah.
That video that went out today where he was only able to do one small part of the process.
Yeah,
and
which
then,
was land the customer on the car.
then the F&I manager.
And then the assistant sales manager came out. The
and
closer came out.
And then an F&I
Yes.
manager, yeah.
So there is a movement within the industry, although it's not moving as quickly as it should, of doing you only deal with one person at a dealership, and because that should A, speed things up, and B, cut down on all the back and forth.
Yep, definitely.
Yes.
We've got an email here from.
This is the last one.
Oh, it is?
Well, it's 6 o'clock, buddy.
We got 6 more.
You
All right, I'll answer.
You get me for 2 hours on Wednesdays, 2 hours on Saturday, and the members are only supposed to be an hour.
Yeah, but there's
And
more
it's
members.
draft night.
There's more members, man.
Okay.
Well, we'll answer this one, then
Yeah.
we will. I'll reply to the last
see.
5.
We'll see.
I can reply to the last
we'll
5.
see.
No, it's okay.
No.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not.
It's fine.
You
Let
make
us
me
know.
feel
Let
bad.
us know in the chat. Is it fine? I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I just sent an email to Ray. I would like to learn more about leasing EV with the $7,500 federal tax credit. It seems like the right thing to do. Can I raise this question in chat during the stream? You just
I think
did.
you think you just did, Alex.
We've had quite a few folks leasing Chevy
Yeah.
Bolts.
Yeah.
You know, if I look back in my reports, I think I was helping.
there was one with
this Chevy Bolt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between the tax credit and the rebates from the manufacturer was $15,000 off.
Yes, and then you're leasing just the depreciation of it. So it's definitely
Which
not a
means
bad idea.
vehicles like that are really, really, really cheap to lease.
Luz Joe says, I appreciate you, your dad, and the rest of your team. Thank you for everything that you guys do. My question is, does the Black Book data available already or still in the works?
No, it's available already.
How can I access it? Oh, here you go. Value my trade-in. Right there.
Yes.
Value my trade-in.
Do you have to be a premium member for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, but it's a members-only stream, so everyone
Yeah.
here can.
Yeah.
Yep. Value my trade-in. Right there.
Yeah.
And like I said before, we're thinking about, can we pull in Carvana? Can we pull in some other things? Let's see. Stella Knox. In the role play your dad, and you did a couple weeks ago, Ray played it cool by saying he was undecided about the type model car he was in the market for and wanted to test drive a couple of different vehicles.
Yeah.
You two also talked about emailing dealers in advance, stopping short of play acting with a dealer. In this market for a new car, is it better to deal in advance via email or be non-committal in person and sway the deal in your favor?
You could. There's nothing wrong in an email just saying, "Listen, I need to drive a couple of your cars and a couple of your competitive model cars. So my first time in, I just want you to know up front before I get there, and I'm letting you know in this email that all I'm going to want to do that day is to drive."
But we strongly encourage doing negotiations and requesting out the door prices via email.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Can cut back on some of that headache.
Yes.
And it also can make it very clear which dealership you don't
But you
want to
don't
work
have
with.
you don't have to start that process
No.
until after you've gone in and done the test drive and say, okay, I'm going to go drive the other models that I need to drive, and I'll get back to you.
I keep getting market reports suggesting I wait for a better deal, even at the end of the month on cars that have been on the lot for 90 plus days. Yes, the negotiability score takes into account the factors of like market days supply is what it's called, the MDS for that make, model, and trim. So if that's also high, that's why the negotiability score could be low. And yes, because of market conditions, that's also going to keep things quite low on the scores. Will we be doing any segments on single women going into the dealership? I have much trepidation about going into a dealer on my own due to a couple of past experiences.
Sure.
But I'm ready to purchase my first brand new vehicle and want to prevent caving into pressure tactics. You have the full support of the YAA community.
Number one.
In your back pocket.
Yes.
You can, if you signed up for the membership where you did the console call, in these early days, I'm still doing all the console calls, and I call people from my cell phone, so you could like call me or text me, and I'll help you out. So you've got support,
and you utilize the email templates.
And we are going to do some women and also minority content, because those are the two groups that get preyed upon most during this process. So we're going to target providing some resources specifically to them. Pops, let's call it a night.
Okay.
I'll answer
even Dr. Barron left.
See you, Dr. Barron.
Yeah.
YourAutoAdvocate.com. Thank you to everyone who's a member. Thank you to everyone who's thinking about becoming a member. We'll be live on Saturday.
Yes, from Grand Junction, Colorado. Wish us safe travels, ladies and gentlemen, because the trip back east starts tomorrow morning. Yep.
Thanks to everyone for being here. Melissa, thank you for that fun email. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Good night, all.
Good night.
There you go.